The Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center is an animal rescue organization that serves Iowa City and the surrounding areas. There is no such thing as a 100% typical day at the shelter, as Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center Executive Director Misha Goodman tells us.
There are some typical things that happen in a day, but no day is typical. One of the things I love about this work is that it changes every single day.
The shelter houses around 120 animals on any given day, coming from all sorts of backgrounds.
Most of the animals will either have gotten loose from their owners, or their owners let them loose and then have made a decision to not look for them. And then we have, of course, owners that can no longer keep their animals for a variety of different reasons. In the past 2 years, I would say the primary reason has been cost. The recession has really hit folks. They don't have the money to care for their animals while they're trying to care for their families and meet their own needs. And so we've had a lot of animals turned over to us.
When disaster struck with the flood of 2008, the waters wiped out the shelter's old space. They're now being housed nearly 5 miles out of town, bringing all sorts of new challenges.
We won't be in a new building until sometime in 2015. So from 2008 to 2015, we've been in a temporary location. We do a very good job of making things look good when they're not quite so good. Yeah. And so the public comes in and they might see that you know, it looks decent. What they don't see is behind the scenes, how long it takes to care for these animals and clean their cages, how difficult it is with lack of water pressure and heating and air conditioning, and you know, the types of floors that we have in the very big dog buildings. They're 40 by 60 size buildings. There's one drain.
Well, I think that animal shelters are really important to the community for a variety of reasons. I think when you're looking at adding a pet to your family, of course, I would encourage it's the first place that you look to. And even if they don't find an animal, if you don't find an animal that fits in right with your family, you need a lot of education at a shelter as far as, you know, how to go about that process and what to know.
You don't get your animal at a shelter or a humane society, you're missing out. Because they are the best animals that you can get anywhere.